You're listening to the New York Sports Show, the #1 all New York sports podcast. Hosted by Dominic Konareski.
Hello and welcome to the New York Sports Show, the best place to be. For all of y'all in New York sport news, I'm Dominic Konareski, and the New York Jets are going up against the Buffalo Bills this Sunday for what is undoubtedly a huge season-defining matchup for this New York Jets squad. They're about to enter their bye week. They're coming off of a truly embarrassing loss against the New England Patriots. Heck, they're going to be facing that team at Gillette, at New England, just a few weeks from now. The Jets starting their season 5-3. We're getting into the midseason. Trade deadline came and went. Jets did not make any big moves. But you know what? They don't have to. They have a championship caliber defense. They have a playoff contending offense. What's holding them back, though? Their quarterback, Zach Wilson, who was horrible against the New England Patriots. Threw 3 interceptions. 2 of them, he was trying to get rid of the ball. Just, honestly, rookie mistakes. Now, he's just barely played a full season worth of games. He was injured last season, injured at the beginning of this season. All games combined, he just has about a season under his belt. But he has not actually played a full season. I think that's been a big part to his learning process. He's not playing college ball anymore. This is the NFL. You gotta adjust the person you are and how you think. Especially if you're a quarterback. The game changes entirely. The Jets have a lot of key wide receivers, mainly Garrett Wilson. I love how Wilson has played this season. He's had a lot of explosive plays, and Zach Wilson himself, he's had a lot of explosive passes. Mainly of those have gone to Garrett Wilson. It's the Wilson-Wilson duo that has made the Jets offense work when they've been walking. Now, of course, Breece Hall, massive part for the run game. Massive part. Losing him for injury was absolutely horrible. But the Jets have guys that could stand up, next man up. The Jets have that ability. They have the players that could do that. Zach Wilson needs to step up. He needs to be that starting quarterback that he was his final year at BYU. He could easily be the New York Jets franchise quarterback, but he gets in his head too much. He thinks too much. Perfect example. 4th and 5, fourth quarter against the New England Patriots. The Jets need this fourth down to keep their game alive and a chance to end up winning the game. They got to go for it on 4th down, so that's exactly what they do. Wilson does a long wait before he throws the ball, ends up throwing it over 30 yards, ended up being an incompletion in the end zone. He did not have to throw the ball 40 yards. In fact, he only needed those 5 yards to have a new set of downs. And the biggest part about that play is Zach Wilson, there was no one around him. He could have ran for about 15 yards without being hit. He could have got the 5 yards, could have got the 4th down, and a whole lot more would have changed the entire game. That could have pulled so much momentum away from the New England Patriots defense, allowing that huge 4th down conversion. But instead, Wilson does not look literally right in front of him. Instead, he looks 30 plus yards away and throws the ball downfield. That killed the game for the New York Jets. Heck, the Jets would have won that game anyways if it wasn't for a stupid penalty from John Franklin Myers. You could say that it was roughing the passer, you could say it wasn't roughing the passer and it was the referee's fault. But the fact is, it was still called and it still cost the Jets the game. What I want to know though, why would you sack? Why would you even try to hit the opposing quarterback 3 seconds after you got rid of the ball? I understand you have momentum in your run. I understand that completely. Just take a step out. Try to at least slow yourself down. Don't just truck the guy. That makes no sense. It's so obvious. So obvious. The New York Jets are 4-1 with Zach Wilson. I love how he's played this entire season. He does not have the highest amount of passing yards. He does not have the highest QBR. But you know what? He is responsible for 4 New York Jets wins. And that I got to give him a lot of credit for, especially after he missed several weeks in the beginning of the season due to injury. But he needs to stop overthinking. Being in your head as an athlete, that's the worst place you could be. I cannot stress that to him. being stuck in your head as an athlete, that is the worst place to be. I cannot stress that enough. And right now, Zach Wilson, he is in his head, and he is lost on some plays. I'd rather see this guy throw the ball away instead of just scrambling for your life, being sacked, loss of 7, or throwing an interception. When you're throwing away, when he throws away, he needs to do it high and off to the side. Don't throw it forward as you're throwing it away, because that's how one of the interceptions happened against the New England Patriots. Zach Wilson is a great quarterback, and he has a great offensive coordinator of Mike LaFleur. He has a great offensive line. Sometimes they don't do their job, and he needs to run for his life. They have to do a better job blocking. They already do a good job, but they have to do it on a more consistent pace. Nevertheless, Zach Wilson's biggest problem is that he's in his mind too much, and he needs to get out of there real quick, because the New York Jets have a playoff contending team, and they will have a playoff contending team for the next several years with all these young guys. It's just a matter if Zach Wilson will be part of that playoff contending team as their starting quarterback.